Oh snap. Well, you guys, I know you've been waiting for this one. And it's been a long time coming, but we did it. We've hashtagged, we've emailed, and we stood up for long nights thinking of this day. But here it is. This is our review of the original Hoka Clifton 1. Now, this review is a bit different. Most times when a shoe releases, it's simply try the shoe and see what we think. But this time, I'm reviewing a shoe that I know I really liked. It's a weird thing because I have so many fond memories of wearing this shoe. It was my first Hoka, and I still compare other shoes to this till this day. But the real question is it as good as I remember? Has the upgraded technology in running shoes made this shoe nothing but a fond memory? Well, let's find out. So the upper of the Clifton is as basic as they come. Before running shoes started to become much more seamless, they were using a lot of overlays to make sure the upper was structured enough to give the shoe some support. So yeah, there are plenty of overlays across the whole shoe, including toe guards, rubberized pieces across the heel, and the use of rope laces. Now, does all of this still work by today's standard? Yeah, but to be honest, it did not age well. Not that this shoe ever looked good in the first place, because I think most would agree that it looks hideous. But like I said, it works. The tongue lays flat against the foot, and it doesn't move since the laces crosses through the top of the tongue. The heel support was pretty stable, and by golly, we got a pull tab. The overall fit is decent. The toe box wasn't as wide as some of the Hoka shoes nowadays, like the Bondi 6. But it's not quite as narrow as some of the other future models, such as the Clifton 2. I have a wider foot, and I had no major issues with this fit. The shoe is breathable, it contained my foot in well, and it works. Now the midsole uses the most top-end, complex, energy-returning material of all time. Nah, I'm just playing. It uses EVA. A very light, very soft, very cush EVA. When I put the shoe on, it was like going back in time and re-experiencing a fond childhood memory. While running, it was plush with every step, and it had just a tad of response to keep us going. It was everything that I remember it being. I think in today's standard, the closest shoe to this would be the New Balance Beacon. But even then, it doesn't quite have that old school Hoka charm. Now the midsole is perfect by no means. It's soft and it's light, but you do lose some of that feedback in your foot strike. Any kind of speed coming from the shoe is based off how light it is, not for how responsive it is. Now for the outsole, you pretty much got some light rubber on the high wear spots of the shoe. It essentially is an extension of the midsole. The rest of the shoe is pretty much exposed. Durability wise, I wouldn't count on it. It didn't last long the first time around, and I'm not expecting it to do so now. So I think it's really easy for me to become nostalgic and be so happy about this re-release. But in today's standard, could this shoe still compete? I think so. The Clifton 1 created a niche of being a very light, high cushion, distance trainer that could be used for just about any run. The downfall to being a soft, light shoe is the overall durability. I think back in the day, I may have got 200 miles out of it, and it was probably already done before I got to that point. But with all that in mind, Hoka heard the requests. They heard the complaints. They read the comment sections, the Facebook posts, and they gave the people what they want. So for that, Hoka, you are the real MVP.
Excellent.
Thanks for watching this review, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, for whatever reason. Help your boy out. Now for those who tried the OG Clifton, is it everything you remember? Or did that nostalgic memory ended up just being ruined with all the newer shoes of today? Be sure to follow me on social media, and with that said, stay in school, don't do drugs, and if you can, keep it tight.